So today I'm wearing black and red because those are Ladybug colors, and I'm talking about Miraculous Ladybug. A new Miraculous Ladybug episode premiered today. We haven't gotten one in like a month, but now episode 9 is here. It's here in our lives. We can talk about it. I'm not okay. I've watched this episode twice now. I'm probably gonna watch it again today just because I can, and I'm still not fine because I've just waited so long for this, and now that it's here, I'm dying on the inside. So since this is a review of episode 9, you're obviously gonna want to leave if you haven't watched it yet, because this is gonna be a very spoilery review and I don't want you to get spoiled. This is such a huge episode. This is like Dark Owl all over again, except big things that happen in this episode have to deal with the love square, so like, you don't want to be spoiled. Please go watch it. So now I'm gonna start spoiling and talking about this episode, so goodbye. Goodbye, not spoiler people. Leave. Leave, leave, leave. Leave. Alright. So, episode 9 of season 2. I can talk about it. This is so weird. You know, going into this episode I was nervous because I'm always nervous when it comes to Miraculous Ladybug because I just don't know what to expect. But honestly, going to this one, I was actually pretty excited because Maracat, I love all the ships in the love square for different reasons. Like, I think they're all beautiful and precious in their own way. But before season 2, Maracat was always just that ship I never understood the big deal of. Like, so many people love Maracat and I just like never understood it. I was like, okay. But for the past couple of months, there's just been so much talk about Maracat. Like, we found out about the balcony scene, then we found out there was gonna be multiple ones, and then we got that one episode earlier on this past season of Maracat, and just the more I see and hear about them, the more I am just falling in love with them. And this episode was so good! Marinette and Cat Noir were precious in this episode. I loved every second of it. It was just so good. And we got a lot of them too. Like, their scene lasted pretty long and I was like, this is great. The reason why I love Maracat is because here you have two characters, Marinette and Cat Noir, who are both just wanting the person they like to like them back, and that's what they can relate to. That's what they talk about. And Cat Noir talks about his feelings for Ladybug, and then Marinette, you know, she's Ladybug, realizes that this guy actually loves her, and it was just really well done. I really liked their conversation and it was just so good. And then he took her to the place he set up for Ladybug, and there was the candles and the roses, and I almost thought they were gonna have like their own little date there because he brought her there, but they didn't do that, but it was still just so cute. After this episode, Maracat is definitely just skyrocketing to the top. They are very close to my #1 ship, but my #1 ship still reigns. So my #1 ship in the love square, if you didn't know, is indeed Lady Noir. They've been my favorite since I started watching the show because I just think they are so wonderful. But for the longest time now, whenever I thought about Lady Noir, I just thought about the fact that nothing's really happened with them. There's really hasn't been a lot of progress. Yes, we do get a few moments between the two, but nothing's really happened between them in this past season. And now I just find it so ironic that this episode, you know, we all thought it was gonna be just Maracat. Like, we were gonna get the balcony scene, it was gonna be romantic, it was just 100% Maracat, right? But somehow Lady Noir stole the show. I'm not complaining though, because honestly, the thing I was nervous about going into this episode, because like I said earlier, I'm always nervous about Miraculous Ladybug episodes, but the thing I was nervous about was that Maracat was seriously going to pass Lady Noir, and Lady Noir would start going to the bottom, because I have just kind of lost hope with the ship, but not anymore. You know, when the trailer came out for this episode last week, you could notice that there was like candles and roses behind Cat Noir and Marinette when he was holding her at the very end of the trailer, and you find out in this episode the reason why there were candles and roses is because Cat Noir was set up with date for him and Ladybug? And of course though, Ladybug, when Cat Noir says, oh, do you want to have dinner with me, just like the two of us, she's like, oh no, I have something to do with my friends, I'm sorry. I love Ladybug. She is my favorite character on the show. I think she is amazing and is a role model to little girls all over the world. But the thing I do not like about her is that when she does do this, when she makes up excuses to not hang out with Cat Noir out of saving the world and teasing him and taunting him, I don't like when she does that, because Cat Noir does not deserve to be toyed around with. Like, he has feelings, and for the longest time Ladybug just did not understand that even though she doesn't know his identity, there is still someone under that mask with feelings. For me, that's the most important thing to come out of this episode, that, like I just said, Ladybug realizes and understands that even though she doesn't know what his identity is, she at least knows there is a person under that mask with feelings, and he's not just a partner to her. They are friends because they're saving the world together. And when you do that a bunch of times, if I were in her shoes, I would hope to become friends with my partner. I'm just really happy that she gets that now, and hopefully we can actually see a Cat Noir and Ladybug friendship, because I know we've got a lot of moments between the two, but you know, now that Ladybug understands that, hopefully we can get like some pure, genuine friendship moments between the two, and then maybe, you know, romantic moments. They actually had romantic moments in this episode. Haven't even talked about them, because whenever I think about their kisses on the cheek, I want to explode. First, Ladybug kissed Cat Noir on the cheek, which liked that because it was cute, but at the same time I was like, you know, she's only doing this just for their little act to distract the Glaciator and make him think that they're a couple when they're actually not. And that was an example of Ladybug messing with Cat Noir when she brought up that plan, and he was like, oh, act as if we are a couple. Like, boy, he doesn't want that. He wants to date you for real, Ladybug. But then the other kiss that we got is like a for real, like genuine one, because Cat Noir kisses her on the cheek after she tells him how she feels, and like she apologizes, and he tells her that she's his best friend, and he gives her the rose and kisses her on the cheek and leaves, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about how she tells Cat Noir that there's a guy, and he's just like, there's a guy? What I hate about this show is that, you know, they say stuff like that, and then I'm just like, dude, you're literally the guy she likes. But I still loved all the Lady Noir anyway, because I am Lady Noir trash. But that's not even where the episode ends, because Ardenette slips through at the end. Marinette visits Andre, the ice cream man, who I thought was precious, but I felt so bad for him because he just wants this magical ice cream to work. But she goes back to him and gets ice cream, and he's describing like her love, and like he's obviously talking about Adrian, and then Adrian shows up out of nowhere and he gets his ice cream. You know, he's being his hopeful little self, because earlier he was being all like, yeah, I love Ladybug, and if friendship is the only thing I can have with her, that's fine. And then Andre gives him his ice cream and he describes Ladybug. But then Marinette is sitting on one side of the bridge and Adrian goes to the other side of the bridge, and I lost it then. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They go to opposite sides of the bridge. What? Honestly, I was fine without that scene. I did not need that, because now I just, why did they go to opposite sides of the bridge? Anyway, this was a really good episode. I really liked it, and I just think it's gonna get better from here. Man, season 2 is just so good. I hoped you all enjoyed season 2 episode 9 as much as me, and I'm gonna watch it again because that's just how good it is. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please fangirl with me in the comments down below because I don't have anyone to talk about Miraculous Ladybug with, and I would love to make some Miraculous Ladybug friends because this is my favorite TV show ever. I love it so much. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time with new videos soon. So I will see you then. So bye!